Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Bitcoin video. Today's video, as you may notice, is going to be all about Bitcoin. And over the past couple of weeks, we've had some crazy price action. We've had people wiped out to the upside. We've had people wiped out to the downside. Market sentiment at levels that I've not seen in a long time. And the price action that we've had, I want to just take it back to something that I posted back in the early January. Now this was in conjunction with Chrono Chartist. If you don't follow Chrono, go and give him a follow. Very good. He's given me enough shout outs, so I want to give him one. And we just discussed this idea of the range highs being taken, the range lows being taken, that 77,000 region being a big reversal point in the market for Bitcoin, with then the next level to be looking for around that 130 to 140,000 region. So let's just jump back into the market. You can see exactly how that transpired. We didn't quite get to the 77,000 region. It was actually 78,000 that we hit, but we work in zones. We're not going to nail the absolute bottom to the nearest dollar or nearest pound every single time. This has been the market structure at the minute, and what a great job this has been by the market makers. I said it would be a great beneficial to the market makers. How is it beneficial? Because they take the range highs, everyone gets bullish. They take the range lows, everyone gets bearish. Positions are exited both to the upside and to the downside, and the market is exactly where it was back in December and January. So right now on Bitcoin, we are re-entering the range, and I did say the next major zone that I'm going to be looking for is at 130 to 140,000 region. However, it's not going to be an easy journey. We've got a couple of indecision candles and ranges set in this region. So as the market continues and breaks back into this range, we're going to get some chop. We're going to get some messing in and around this region. But one thing that I'm looking for is on the lower time frame. This is a very crucial point here. Has the market given any chance for the sellers down at the lows to get back in? Absolutely not, and that's called a V reversal. It's given absolutely no chance for the market participants who sold their positions to get back in. Now, whether you want to attribute that to the news that we got today with Trump executive order or whatnot, the market was setting up for this type of wave structure either way. So it's always good to ignore narratives, whether that's a negative narrative at the bottom or a positive narrative heading back into a range. We always need to remain emotionally stable, emotionally calm. But right now we're back in the middle of the range, so no real trading to be done. You want to be making your trades at the extremes of moves, which is the highs and the lows. When you make your way back into the mid-bound of the ranges, you're asking to be chopped about with trades. But yeah, on the higher time frame, I think things are looking very good, and the next major target is actually going to be that 130 to 140,000 region. Now, a little thing that I wanted to note here is how the market has been behaving and what market sentiment has been like in this wave. We'll get all of this off the screen just to have a clear view of what's going on here. Now, I was discussing earlier today with Credible Crypto on Twitter, and I know he mentioned this potentially being a 1-2 of the final fifth wave, so I'll just explain how that would transpire. This is your first wave, that's your third wave, down into your fourth, now in the fifth. And an idea that he posted a while back was that this is a potential 1, 2, heading into 3, 4 and 5. How high do we go? We don't know. But it would actually make sense. Now, I did tweet out earlier and I said, I've not seen market sentiment, when the market's been this high, so negative at a low like that. And if you study Elliott wave and you know Elliott wave ins and outs, you will know that wave 2s of the final fifth waves are meant to shake people out. It's meant to feel absolutely awful, and that's just the nature of wave 2s. Now, wave 4s are a little different. Wave 4s actually tend to be more triangular in structure, or running flat. What we've had here is an expanding flat. We took the highs, we took the lows, big massive capitulation in the altcoins, in Bitcoin, and yeah, we're just sitting exactly where we was in January and December. So a lot of people may have been washed out of positions, and they would have been better just taking a break, touching some grass, and just coming back to the market in a couple of months' time. It's always easy to say that as the time goes on, and that's why we always focus on a little bit of lower time frame analysis like this, just to keep people composed, keep people calm and collected during the emotional times of the breaks of the highs and the breaks of the lows. So one thing that we need to discuss now is going forward. I just wanted to do a little update on the Patreon stream next week. Now, the Patreon stream next week is going to be composed of a lot of different entry and exit plans on a lot of different coins. So if you're not part of the Patreon group, there is, I think, maybe 2 or 3 spots left at the minute. So if you want to get a spot in there ready for next week's stream, go ahead, do that. Of course, it's not going to be forced. A little thing to point out here on the weekly time frame is we've also had a wick-to-wick trend line with that weekly candle manipulation below. We're getting a big wick now on the weekly candle. We've got 5 or 6 hours till close. So however this closes, all we need to do is, I would anticipate with that being such a big wick, at least around 23 to 30% of that to come in and get filled. So the next region for Bitcoin to pull back to will likely be that region. What I don't think we actually get, I don't think we get a move like this. I don't think we get a move where we break back into the range and then dip back down. I think this type of wave 2 correction is going to be more so of a correction that leaves people behind. Then as the potential wave 3 comes in, maybe we get that 130, 140,000 region hit. Again, we're talking about scenarios here that are potentials, not guarantees, but the wave structure at the minute is almost setting up like it does not want to give people a chance to get back into positions. So then people will be forced to buy a lot higher if we get it. But yeah, there's nothing too much more to say other than discussing a little bit of wave structure on the lower time frame, which I'm going to do in the Patreon group. And yeah, really focusing on the exit this year, exiting the market, getting ready for the bear market that I do believe is to come in 2026 and 2027. Of course, I will be posting more and more updates on that macro view in the group. This one was just a public video on Bitcoin. I recognize I haven't made a public video on YouTube specifically on Bitcoin in quite a while. Yeah, just take it easy, guys. We've had a crazy couple of months, but it's always important to just sit back, relax, let the market do the work. It's not financial advice. Take it easy.